Welcome back to my channel Starwire Daily. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. The entertainment world just stopped spinning. A casting announcement so explosive, so unexpected, that it has every Hollywood insider scrambling for their phones and every Star Wars fan questioning everything they thought they knew about the future of their beloved galaxy. Matt Smith, yes, the crown-wearing, time-traveling, dragon-riding powerhouse himself, has just been confirmed to join the cast of Star Wars Starfighter, set to hit theaters on May 28, 2027. And here's the kicker. He's not playing the hero. He's stepping straight into the shadows as the film's primary antagonist, going head-to-head with none other than Ryan Gosling and the mesmerizing Mia Goth. Welcome back to Starwire Daily, where we dive deep into the stories that make Hollywood's heart beat faster. I'm your host, and today we're unpacking what might be the most electrifying casting choice of the decade. Because when Matt Smith signs on to play a Star Wars villain, you know we're in for something absolutely unprecedented. You're Ryan Gosling, sitting across from casting directors, probably thinking you've got this whole space hero thing figured out. Then someone slides a photo across the table. Matt Smith, your new nemesis. The man who made us fall in love with a time-traveling alien, who had us questioning our loyalties as a controversial prince, and who's about to make your character's life a living hell in a galaxy far, far away. That's got to be both thrilling and absolutely terrifying. But let's step back and really appreciate the magnitude of what's happening here. Star Wars Starfighter isn't just any Star Wars project. This is the second theatrical release since the Stalag Starcy. Ruby Kiss, only Ruby Kiss, has the luxurious texture that glides on that lines most aqueous and leaves a place of all cicaders long-last Star Wars. But let's dive deeper into what this casting choice means for the film itself. Ryan Gosling as the lead in a Star Wars movie is already guaranteed to generate massive buzz. The man who gave us La La Land and Blade Runner 2049, bringing his unique intensity to the Star Wars universe. That's box office gold right there. But pairing him with Matt Smith as the primary antagonist, that's the kind of casting that creates genuine anticipation. And then there's Mia Goth, fresh off her incredible work in the X-Film series, bringing her own brand of unsettling charisma to the mix. The three of them together promise a dynamic that we've never quite seen in Star Wars before. A more intimate, character-driven approach to the classic good versus evil narrative. Here's where it gets really interesting. Star Wars Starfighter is clearly being positioned as something special within the franchise. The fact that it's only the second theatrical release since The Rise of Skywalker tells us that Lucasfilm is being incredibly selective about what stories they're bringing to the big screen. This isn't just another Star Wars movie. This is meant to be an event, and Matt Smith's involvement suggests that his character isn't going to be your typical Star Wars villain. We're not talking about another Sith Lord seeking ultimate power, or another Imperial officer following orders. Based on Smith's track record, based on the types of complex characters he gravitates toward, we're likely looking at something much more nuanced. Think about what made Daemon Targaryen so compelling. He wasn't evil for the sake of being evil. He was a man driven by love, by duty, by a genuine belief that his actions were necessary for the greater good. Even when he made choices that horrified us, we could understand his reasoning. That's the kind of complexity that Star Wars has been missing in its recent villains. The timing of this announcement is particularly fascinating. We're currently watching Smith dominate screens in House of the Dragon, with Season 3 in production and his demon becoming more complex and morally ambiguous with each episode. Audiences are seeing him at the peak of his powers as a performer. demonstrating his ability to carry massive, expensive productions while delivering nuanced, layered performances. From a business perspective, Smith's casting is absolutely brilliant. He brings his own dedicated fan base, Doctor Who fans who will follow him anywhere, House of the Dragon viewers who are obsessed with his current work, and general film enthusiasts who appreciate his artistic choices. But more than that, he brings credibility. When an actor of Matt Smith's caliber signs on to a project, it signals to audiences that this is something worth their time and attention. The mystery surrounding his specific character in Starfighter is typical Disney secrecy, but it's also building exactly the kind of anticipation they want. Will he be playing an alien species we've never seen before? A human character with a complex backstory that connects to the larger Star Wars mythology? Someone from the established timeline, or a completely original creation? What we do know is that he'll be facing off against Ryan Gosling's character, and that dynamic alone is enough to get excited about. Gosling's intensity and Smith's charisma. They're different acting styles and approaches to character development. It's the kind of pairing that could create genuinely electric moments on screen. And let's consider the broader implications of this casting. Star Wars has always been about the battle between light and dark, good and evil. But the most interesting entries in the franchise have been the ones that explored the gray areas, the complexity of moral choices, the way good people can be driven to dark acts, and how villains can sometimes have legitimate grievances. Matt Smith excels in those gray areas. He makes us question our assumptions, challenges our preconceptions, forces us to see situations from perspectives we might not have considered. In a franchise that sometimes struggles with moral complexity, he could be exactly the injection of nuance that Star Wars needs. There's also the question of how this fits into the larger Star Wars timeline and mythology. Starfighter could be set in any number of eras: the sequel trilogy period, the original trilogy era, or even something completely new. But regardless of when it takes place, Smith's character will likely have connections to the broader Star Wars story. The franchise has become increasingly interconnected with characters and events from different projects weaving together to create a larger tapestry. Smith's experience working in expansive, interconnected fictional universes, from the decade-spanning mythology of Doctor Who to the complex family dynamics of House of the Dragon, makes him perfect for this kind of storytelling. He understands how to play characters whose actions have consequences that extend far beyond a single story. The production timeline is also worth considering. With Starfighter set for release in May 2027, they have plenty of time to craft something truly special. This isn't a rushed production or a cash grab. This is a carefully planned entry in the Star Wars canon, with time for proper development, extensive practical effects, and the kind of attention to detail that the best Star Wars films are known for. And Matt Smith will be at the center of it all, bringing his unique blend of intellect, charisma, and unpredictability to one of cinema's most beloved franchises. The man who made us believe in a time-traveling alien, who had us questioning our loyalties in Westeros, is about to make us reconsider everything we think we know about Star Wars villains. This is the kind of casting that changes franchises, that creates new benchmarks for what's possible within established universes. When Star Wars Starfighter hits theaters on May 28, 2027, we won't just be watching another space adventure. We'll be witnessing the evolution of one of cinema's greatest sagas, with Matt Smith leading the charge into uncharted territory. The galaxy far, far away is about to become a much more complex, much more dangerous, and much more fascinating place. And honestly, we can't wait to see what kind of beautiful chaos Matt Smith unleashes when he finally embraces the dark side. What are your thoughts on Matt Smith joining the Star Wars universe as a villain? Can you imagine him going head-to-head with Ryan Gosling in an epic space battle? Drop your theories and predictions in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear what you're expecting from this incredible casting choice. And if you're as obsessed with behind-the-scenes Hollywood drama as we are, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've got exclusive content coming up about the making of Starfighter that you absolutely won't want to miss. Until next time, this has been StarWire Daily, keeping you connected to the stories that matter in the world of entertainment.